Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will teach you the 7 weaknesses of all young girls that you must know to make them desire you do. You feel that despite being a man with a lot of experience and maturity, these young women are not attracted to you and end up going for another man. Don't worry, because there is a psychological explanation for this that we will unveil here. I will give you the solution with these 7 weaknesses that they all have, so that you can be that man who wins their hearts and has them at your feet. Stay until the end of the video, because the last weakness is not only the most important, but you will be able to take advantage of it in such a way that you won't have to make any effort to win her over. Something else will do it for you. Let's start with weakness 1. Smell good. Number 1, smell good. A man who smells good not only stands out, but leaves a deep imprint on the memory and senses of a young woman. I want you to understand that in your case, the strategic use of a good fragrance can be one of your most lethal weapons. Think about this: when you enter a room, before you say a single word, your fragrance has already begun to speak for you. A young girl can see you from afar, but when she passes by and your scent reaches her senses, something changes. Sense awaken. Deep emotions and memories, even if she doesn't realize it immediately. Science tells us that smell is closely linked to the emotional brain, and an appropriate fragrance can trigger feelings of desire and attraction for a young girl. A man who smells good instantly becomes more attractive. Someone who takes care of himself and understands the details that make a difference. When you approach a young woman and your fragrance envelops her, you're sending a message without saying a word. You're telling her that you have style, that you care about details, and that beyond your physical presence, you're a man who knows how to make an impact. This kind of impact goes beyond the visual or auditory. It stays in her mind subconsciously. While younger men may focus on their physique or clothing, you understand through your experience the true seduction lies in subtle details, and one of the most powerful is aroma. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to know which perfumes are most appealing for seducing those young ladies. Number 2. Self-confidence. Self-confidence. A self-confident man. Your self-assurance is one of the most powerful and attractive qualities you possess when interacting with young girls. They are used to dealing with insecure men who constantly seek validation and need others' approval to feel good about themselves. But you, having lived and experienced enough, find yourself in a different place. A place where you no longer need anyone's validation because you already know who you are and what you're worth. That confidence is felt from the moment you enter a room. You don't need to raise your voice or draw attention to be noticed. Your mere presence commands respect because it is filled with experience, maturity, and self-confidence. And believe me, this does not go unnoticed by a young girl. While men her age are nervous, trying to impress her or win her approval, you simply are yourself. Imagine you're in a cafe chatting with her. Younger men, eager to please, would talk about themselves, trying to sell themselves and show their best version to capture her interest. You, on the other hand, don't have that need. You don't need to impress her with empty words, because your confidence lies in your actions, in what you've already achieved and what you represent as a man. You speak calmly and deliberately, knowing that there's no rush to prove anything. The way you look at her directly, but without being invasive, communicates that you know who you are and that you're not there seeking her approval, but rather sharing your world, a world built over years of experience. If you want to become a master at seducing all the young ladies you desire, click on the link I've left in the description and become irresistible to them all. Number 3, ignoring women strategically. 3. Ignoring women strategically. One of the most powerful qualities you can use to your advantage is knowing how to ignore women strategically. It may sound contradictory, but let me explain why this is so effective, especially when dealing with young girls. The reason is simple. Most men are desperate for their attention. They do anything to please them or gain their approval. But with your experience and wisdom, You understand that true attraction does not arise from chasing them, but from making them feel that you're a busy man, focused on your own interests, and that their attention is not something you need for validation. When a young girl encounters an older man who knows how to ignore her at the right moments, she feels puzzled. She's not used to someone not falling at her feet due to her beauty or charisma. She's accustomed to constant messages where men bend over backward trying to capture her attention at all times. But when she meets you, something changes. You're not like everyone else. You're not constantly behind her. You're not available all the time. And believe me, this intrigues her. Number 4, ambition. For ambition as an older man, your ambition is a quality that powerfully distinguishes you in front of a young girl. Younger women often find themselves surrounded by men their age who live day to day without clear visions for the future or long-term plans. In contrast with your experience and mature perspective, you represent something completely different. Your ambition is not just a superficial desire for more, it's an internal drive that has propelled you throughout your life. And that's what drives them crazy about you. For a young girl, seeing an ambitious man is like looking at someone who has control over his destiny. You're not like others who live without direction, waiting for life to give them something by accident. You've built your path with determination and effort, and this inevitably attracts her. Imagine discussing your projects with her. It doesn't matter what you've achieved so far. She can see in you that spark that doesn't fade away, that hunger to keep moving forward. Perhaps you've already had a successful career or achieved certain milestones that many would consider their happy ending. But for you, that's not enough. You talk about new projects, about goals yet to conquer, about challenges you're willing to face, and she's fascinated. Number 5, reputation as a 5. Reputation as a womanizer as an older man. Having the reputation of being a womanizer can be turned into a powerful attraction tool, especially when relating to young girls. They consciously or unconsciously feel intrigued by a man who has had many women in his life. That experience, that history, speaks about you in ways few other qualities can, because when a young girl encounters a man known as a womanizer, she faces both a challenge and an enigma that seduces her in ways she may not fully understand. Stand for her, a womanizer represents both challenge and promise, a promise of different experiences. Consider how many men her age have had only 1 or 2 relationships and feel insecure or anxious about trying to win her over. But with your history entering the scene completely differently, you don't have anything to prove. You don't have to try hard. She knows if so many women have passed through your life, it's because there's something about you others don't have, and that's intriguing and exciting for her. Instead of seeing you as just another conqueror, she sees someone who knows how to handle desire, someone who can offer an experience beyond superficiality. Number 6. 6. Masculinity. Masculinity is much more than just physicality. True, masculinity is a complex blend of strength, control, confidence and leadership that in your case has been refined through years of experience. For a young girl, truly masculine men aren't just those who look rugged, but those who radiate self-assurance, who know what they want and how they want it, and don't need to impose themselves aggressively for respect. You're someone who naturally dominates his surroundings, someone who embodies masculinity attractively and irresistibly. Think about how you move and speak truly. Masculine men aren't rushed in their actions or words. They don't need to raise their voices or impose aggressively for respect. That inner calmness, that sense of control over yourself and situations around you, is something young girls perceive instantly. It's the energy of someone who has lived enough not to be swayed by momentary emotions. A man who has learned how to maintain composure and manage every interaction with ease. Moreover, masculinity in an older man also involves making decisions confidently. Young girls are used to men who hesitate, who aren't sure what they want, or constantly change their minds. But when they see someone like you acting clearly with purpose, something within them awakens. Finally, we arrive at weakness 7, being financially secure. Number 7, pay close attention here because if used correctly, this will require no effort on your part. Being financially secure, money doesn't just open doors or provide an enviable lifestyle, it also reflects success and stability. I want you to understand how this aspect of your life can serve as a magnet for attracting young women, and how it can be used effectively in sophisticated ways. First off, the money you've earned through hard work symbolizes security and stability. Two qualities young girls seek in men in an uncertain world. Your financial situation provides refuge from worries. You're not only positioned to offer luxurious experiences, but also provide freedom from economic concerns. Additionally, money reflects leadership capability and success. You've worked hard to get where you are, and that success testifies your skills and determination for young women. This isn't just inspiring, it indicates qualities they admire. Goal-setting abilities, dedication, and intelligence. You're tangible proof of how ambition and hard work lead to great achievements. And that's a valuable lesson they can admire and aspire towards following. If you'd like to learn how to win over every young girl you'd like, you must grasp these fundamental concepts. Few men understand. Well, give this video a like, subscribe and activate notifications so you'll keep discovering everything about seduction towards them.